Welcome to another episode of Problematic the Podcast. What got in the building with me today?
What up? What up? It's the Knox. You know who it is, man. Producer, engineer, myself. What's good, y'all?
Oh, it's like high energy today, like a
Yeah,
motherfucker.
you
What's
know
going
what's,
on?
what's good, man. You know what it is, man. You gotta have that high energy. Gotta bring that energy. You know
Nigga
what I'm
told me to
saying?
call you a librarian earlier. Why should I? What was that about?
I don't know, man, cause
You
I
don't. You're
just
not bringing librarian energy right now on the
nah, man.
mic.
I ain't. You know, I know a lot of things. I just peep and observe, so I know a lot of different things, and I try to not flaunt in people's face or whatever, but I'm there, and you know.
I dig it.
People know if they pay attention, they know.
So, what initially drew you into music production, Knox? If that's like the field of
Shit,
things that you're here to talk about today, because we had you on here before, and I don't know where that conversation went.
I don't know where it went either.
Yeah.
But what drew me into production? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. What made me really start producing? I used to rap, and I got tired of like rapping over like instrumental tapes because back then you had to buy like tapes. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? That DJs would put together, and you rap over other people's beats. So I got tired of doing that shit. So I just bought my own shit to make my own beats. That's what like got me into like making beats. But I played the drums
Where was your
when I
first
was
piece
a
of
kid.
equipment?
My first piece of equipment was
Yeah.
a Boss DR 808 and 8-second DJ sampler.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had an 8-second DJ sampler with crossfaders, and I would sample something.
What's the
It
first
only
song you sampled?
holy shit. I sampled
Like the
like
first joint you knew,
I
I'm putting
sampled
this in the sampler right now, or as soon as I get home.
the first thing that I actually sampled was I think was from a video game. I think
Okay.
it was from man, I'm trying to remember what game it was.
Castlevania.
It was probably something like Castlevania or something like that. I know it was a Nintendo game, but
Okay.
I sampled like from games and like orchestra soundtracks. So I used to sample from like Beethoven and shit like that too. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Yeah. Those were some of the first things that I sampled though, like classic Beethoven and
Who's your favorite
uh,
producers growing up? Like who'd you listen to when you was formulating your first couple of beats?
as far as like production wise,
Yeah. Like who was your
um
inspiration back then?
I mean back then you had guys like Premier that was pretty nice that was doing things. RZA. RZA was sharp back then. You know what I mean? His unique.
RZA was still sharp to that damn beat thing commercial.
Well, I mean his style, his unique style, but like when you don't continuously do it, you lose it. It's
Right.
just that's just facts. So you got to keep up with this shit. If not, then you're gonna lose a part of it. So, or you're gonna lose something. You're not gonna keep up with the time. So you can't just stop and continue on and stop and feel like you're gonna be just as good as you was when the shit's different and you know what I mean. So, but yeah, like when when I started producing, that's the guys who were producing. You know what I mean, that I was really listening to heavy. I was listening to a lot of boot camp back then. So I think who was making the beats? I think it was 5FT. A couple dudes, like Evil D was making their beats too. It was a couple dudes back then that was doing. So a lot of my shit was like that though. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Just, but my rapping style and shit was more like horror
Horror
rap.
rap.
Yeah, like horror rap.
The fuck is horror rap?
Like
Like
kill you
those
while I'm rapping.
kill who?
Like like I would just dismember you in a rap. No, like I would dismember you
Like
in a
those
rap.
niggas
So
like Russell Simmons nephews used to
like
do?
grave diggers and shit, like that kind of shit. Yeah,
Okay.
like that's
Was
how I
that
used.
was that the dude that was Russell Simmons' nephews? They had like some horror rap signed to them early in their career. I think one of them niggas was his nephew.
Oh no,
He was a Simmons.
but yeah,
I
I
gotta
used
look.
to
I gotta
do.
look more into that.
That's the kind of shit that I used to do though when I first started
It
doing
was
this shit.
just you. You
No,
had as a group of niggas that
yeah, it
used
was
to
a
do that
group of
shit.
us. Yeah, it was a group of us. We all wasn't like that. That was just
Y'all
more of
have
my style.
friends?
But yeah,
I'm just asking.
yeah, it was a whole bunch of us. But all of us didn't rap like that, man. Yeah, all of us didn't rap like that. Like we had a whole. It was like we were all like shadow company. You know what I mean? Like started this shit back in fucking way back in I guess say like in the elementary school, middle school when we really got into this shit.
You're the
But
first person I ever heard say that they actually used to be into horror rap.
yeah, man. Yeah, horror rap was the shit back then. Back in, in
When
the
rap first started.
I mean in the 90s, you dig what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When people,
Well, not the '90s. Not
things
when
were
rap first
starting to
started.
be independent and, different type of hip hop was allowed to come out, you know what I'm saying? Like now it's just like you just got one thing that's being pushed, you know what I'm saying? One particular sound, one thing, one wave, then that's just everything that's being pushed. But it was a little different, I would say back then. It wasn't one thing, you know what I mean?
No,
You
I dig
maybe
it.
had like a major thing that was being pushed, but everything was still available.
A
Like,
lot of
you know what
sad
I mean?
crybaby shit on the radio and on
Huh?
videos. And there's a lot of sad crybaby shit on the radios and videos and
Yeah.
airwaves now.
Yeah.
Back then when rap had like a little bit more of an identity and you can
Yeah,
and it spread its
the
wings.
only thing that they didn't allow back then on hip on in rap was positive shit. They didn't want you at all to hear anything positive. If that shit was
What you
positive, they were
mean?
shutting that shit down. Huh?
What you mean?
And it was a time and trend, like you got to think in the 80s there was a lot of positive shit, right? And
Yeah.
then came like the gangster and like violent shit, and a
Yo, when the
lot of that
gangster shit
shit.
took over, all that positive
So
shit went out the window.
exactly, so that's what you wasn't allowed to hear in the 90s. There was nothing, none
Knox
of
was
that
part of the
shit.
black community, man. Ain't a lot of positive shit going on.
It wasn't a lot of that shit being pushed though, but there was guys still making it.
I dig it.
You dig what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That wasn't the only thing that you wasn't like hearing a lot of, but you were hearing a lot of different type of shit in hip hop. But you wasn't, you know, a lot of that positive shit. It wasn't. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would do like murder rap though. Yeah,
Right. After all of that, you still wanted to murder niggas on songs.
yeah,
Give
because
me
that was just that's just what I was good at rapping, I guess.
name me a specific project that pushed you out of your comfort zone. Like what? Why'd you stop talking about murder rap?
Why did
No,
I
I'm
stop
joking, but
doing
like
that?
maybe even a beat or something like that. Like
Oh, nah, like I knew like the transition in like hip hop, and I knew like everything, it's a certain time where everybody got changed, and I just, grew with the times and working with different artists. Now, like I wouldn't say anything brought me out of my comfort zone, but I would say like any artist that I think that I work with kind of does, because when I produce, I kind of like try to morph and to cater to what kind of like they want. Definitely if I'm like executively producing the album, or
well, you have
they're
to,
making a beat on so I
for
have
the
to, you know
artist.
what I mean? So I
So
wouldn't say
you're able to adapt like easily with all the newer sounds since then.
yeah, yeah, I'm easy. I'm able to adapt as long as I work with an artist a few times and get to know the artist personally and shit like that. Yeah, I'm able to adapt.
Like, how do you approach collaborating with artists in like the different genres of rap now? Because after you've done like I've heard some East Coast music out of you, some trap shit, some drill shit, some Jersey club shit.
The best thing to do is like that's what I said, get a feel for the artist, like and working with them, get a feel for them, and just let the artist be an artist. Don't take it away from them. Like that's when you're definitely like when you're like executively producing the album and definitely like engineering it and shit, you have to let them have their artistic feel and let them breathe. And that's basically what I do. I've never because I always come from like that rapping standpoint. So I never try to, you know, I'll give an artist an idea on production or maybe an idea of what I was thinking or maybe a way to correct something in the flow or something like that. But I'm never gonna like try to take away from what the artist is feeling for that particular track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So
sure. Who's some of your
that's what
favorite?
that's why I think it's just I just let the artist breathe. You know what I mean? And then I'll do my work afterwards. You know.
Who's been some of your favorite artists to work with recently? Or who have you worked with recently? Who's under your belt that you're proud of? Like, yeah, I got
Well,
something in with this guy. And then
yeah.
who's your favorite artist to work
uh,
with after that?
I worked with Bill recently, Bill Collector. You
Shout out
know,
Bill. That's one of my
yep.
guys.
Last year, I worked with Bill. I worked with Quilly. I worked with Skrilla. I worked with Bianca. I worked with the kids, Soup City. You know what I mean? Um, man, a lot of artists around here. Piranha, I worked with. He's a real nice guy, a decent guy to work with. It's a couple
Trying
of
to get
different.
Piranha over here for an interview.
Yeah, it's a couple, local artists that I definitely worked with within the past year or two. Um,
Who's your
but
favorite? Who do y'all you just get in there and y'all just knock shit down creatively, and it's just like
um,
I like doing this. I could do this all day.
I like I don't know. To be honest, I mean, I'm a rapper. So I really like when Bill comes in and records because he just a lot of things that he records, he gives me like what I've been missing for like in years of like rap, hip hop and shit. So
Okay, I
you
feel
know what I'm
that
saying?
because
Like
he be
I
rapping.
really,
That nigga
yeah,
got
because he be
the
fucking rapping.
bars.
He rap. You dig what I'm
Even
saying?
if
And
the
I
track,
like I said, I enjoy a lot of
even
other
if the
stuff in
track's funny,
song.
he still got bars
Yeah,
for you.
exactly. He's still gonna give me some bars and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some substance. But like I said, it's hard to say that because then, like the kids that come in and then it's fun because it's like it's an educational thing and everything it feels good and it's positive. So
Right. It's a new experience. You get to see where the culture's going.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to say like this person's, funner than the next because I mean a lot of sessions that people come in. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of an easy engineer and a producer to work with. So I just let guys work as an artist. You dig what I'm saying? I'm there to facilitate them. You dig what I'm saying? So I
I
kind
dig
of
it.
as long as the music is good, I enjoy it.
Tell me about a trend in music production right now that you're excited about. Like something that you see that a lot of people are doing or catching on to that you're excited to put your own twist on it when you're out here making music.
I think that I don't know, man.
Like you
It's
remember when
kind of
auto tune was a big thing? Everybody hopped
yeah,
on that wave.
yeah,
Even
like
though it was kind of already a big thing low key, then it became the biggest thing high key.
yeah. I mean, as far as like I couldn't tell you like the hottest new thing that's like, you know, that I would jump on board with because I've never
It
been
don't
that
even
kind
gotta
of
be a
like,
new sound. It could be
you
like a
know.
new way of arranging things, new way of opening songs up, just something, how like
I like that shit is more melodic
okay.
in music now, but I just don't like that the content is not there as much. You dig what I'm saying? But I like that shit is more melodic. You dig what I'm saying? I think that monotone and that kind of shit it just gets boring. You know what I'm saying? And you do reach more people by creating melodies and being melodic with music. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know what I mean? I don't think everybody that does the shit should be doing it because everybody can't do it. You dig what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't know. That's the best I could say about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't. I try to stay away from that because I'm a trendsetter, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
But
I
sometimes you
hear a
gotta
lot.
be a
I hear
little
a lot
trendy,
of
man.
like I'm saying I hear a lot of work that I've done, and then I hear like people biting my work. You dig what I'm saying? So the era that I come from, that's what that shit is called. It's not called like, yeah, I would want to incorporate. Nah, that shit is called like biting somebody's work. Unless you're paying homage to them. You think I'm saying? Like, and giving them respect and that honor. But, you know, just to take like something that whole style that somebody like created and then turn around and,
Bite
yeah, I
it.
don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's different because, like I said, people say that because oh, you sample. Yeah, I do sample, and I sample records and old school records, but I switch the melodies up. I don't bite that shit, and I don't like create their same exact rhythm, their same exact pattern, or try to use their same exact shit. You know what I mean? Like
I dig it.
I don't know.
Looking forward you
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? And I don't know if y'all hear my work, then you can hear it. Like I try to trend away from that. I make all different kinds of beats, but you can hear in the production that I make and the songs that I produce and you know that I engineer that it's unique in its way. You know what I mean? It's upward with the trend, but it's unique in its way.
Not for sure. Looking forward. Any dream collaborations or projects you're hoping
Oh
for in the
hell yeah,
future?
man! Any artist that's willing to work, man. You know what I'm saying?
Give me a
Definitely.
dream collab, man.
But a
Not
dream,
any
a
nigga.
dream collab. I had like a dream collab already. Like one of my favorite artists is this year. I forgot that I worked with Cannabis this year. That was dope.
Nice.
I did a track with him. Yeah, but
Shout
that
out to
was
that.
yeah that was like one of my dream collabs that I got out the way. That was awesome. But I would definitely like this year. I would like to work with like I don't know. Kerr would be nice to work with this year.
Dope.
Yeah, that'd be nice to work with. A couple other Philly artists that I would want to work
So you
with.
really like Philly artists?
Yeah, I mean, I try to. I
Stay regional.
Yeah, I try to stay in the general area. You dig what I'm saying?
I
And
dig it.
unless other people reach out, because like I said, it's more than just music. For me to make good music for you, we have to. You dig what I'm saying? Like I can't make good music for you and be like your executive and like a producer if we don't have some kind of like relationship and constantly keep it. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig it.
Because I don't know what you like artistically. I don't know what you like. You dig what I'm saying? Or
Sonically,
what
none
you're
of that.
looking for sonically. So it's difficult. You know what I mean?
What's the most common misconception people have about the work of a producer or engineer? How do you address it?
Um, every person that makes beats is not a producer. Every producer is not an executive producer, and every producer doesn't know how to engineer. And engineering is a totally different craft than
Facts.
producing. You know what I mean? Producer usually,
But you do all three of these things. So like,
yeah. There's
you used to
a
be in there telling them other niggas who can't. Like, nah, that nigga can't motherfucking engineer, fam. I do it all. Come here.
I can't. Well, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm not that kind of guy to say that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, whatever. Like, because anybody can learn. You maybe you're at that stage, but right now, like, no, if he's not the guy, he can't do it. He can't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel you.
everything is a learning process, and that shit takes time, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit like that shit don't happen overnight. People think they can just pick shit up and then just like that they know it, and then that shit don't happen overnight. Yeah, I told you I started on a fucking drum machine and an 8-second DJ sampler, and that was analog years, bro. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So look where we at now. Like, and that was years ago. So shit takes time. You dig what I'm saying? If you make beats, bro. You dig what I'm saying? But producing is like putting your input on it and working with artists and saying, okay, you got this. You didn't maybe not even make the beat, but you say, hey, John Doe made this beat and I know such and such a sound dope on it. You dig what I'm saying? And then put your creative input into it, sonically turn this up here, do a drop there. You know what I'm saying? You're getting exactly producing, you putting your ideas and shit and you're feeling into it. But that's usually with a whole fucking project. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Finally, before we get out of here, what impact do you hope your work will have in the music industry? What legacy you want to leave behind as a producer slash engineer? Or a hardcore rapper? You can go back to that shit too.
Nah, fuck no, man. Nah, I'm as an engineer and producer, man, I just wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like, leave a legacy behind that, just respect my work, man. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody here, people know it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't looking for, you know, I just want people to when they hear it, they like it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I'm looking for when I do this shit. I do it for the finishing product. And if I like the finishing product, I think a lot of people like the finishing product. You know what I mean? Legacy I'm gonna leave behind in this shit is untold. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave behind for my kids is told. That's what I'm worried about. Legacy in music, people will catch on because they will, either when I'm here or when I'm not. You know what I mean? But they'll catch on.
For sure, man. Thanks for stopping by. Tell people where to find you at.
No doubt, man. It's the Knox, man. You can find me at the factory all the time. That's where I work at, man. Right on Penn Street in Reading, PA. Hit me up, man, on Instagram, IG. It's the Knox on Instagram, and on Facebook. It's Knox Carter Productions, man. KNOX KARTER Productions. Get at me. Let's work.